white lady from Switzerland. See, do you know how his business is finna be out there? Do you see this shit? People on here know his wife is from Switzerland. And she's a maid, a helper. Now, I'm not saying that she shouldn't work. Go ahead and work. Man, your wife don't compete with my wife.
The third way to know that a guy genuinely has you on his mind is whenever he's making stops for himself, errands for himself, there's some evidence that he thought about you. Like he'll come home with something for you. And I'm talking about like, okay, he goes to Home Depot, he was going for a buzz saw or something like that.
I am a clown. I am a clown.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, in the last couple of days, we have been inundated with videos and with stories coming out of the camp Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn has been accused, and he ultimately owned up to having sexual relations with multiple women. He did a live with his wife in order to address those claims and those rumors, to reaffirm that they were still going to fight for their marriage, that they were going to fight for their family, and that they were going to do everything in their power to overcome this. Derrick Jaxn's wife made multiple videos. She made one video by herself on her Instagram, and she made another video with Derrick Jaxn. It was only when I was watching these videos that I realized something. Whilst I was watching these videos, I was analyzing Denea Jackson's body language.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Denea.
And you could tell that she was under duress. You could tell that she was being fed those words, that she was being somehow manipulated into saying the things that she was saying. I saw this also in a video made by JT, the Bigger Figure's wife, when she came out to address the rumors that she had left JT, Bigger Figure, and that they had no money, and the reasons why she left her children with him to go over to the United States. There were a lot of similarities between these two videos. We're going to try and ask ourselves, was JT, Bigger Figure's wife, under duress when she made those videos? That's the question we're going to try and answer today. But first, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting us on our Patreon, link in the description. So, JT, the Bigger Figure's wife, made two videos, both of which have been deleted by JT, the Bigger Figure. Now, clearly, this arouses even more suspicion. Why would he do this? Why would he delete videos which were seemingly innocuous? It was just a woman supporting her man and answering her critics. The reason why I believe that JT deleted these videos is because she wasn't really overly convincing on them. You could tell by the body language that she was using that, hey, she was saying A, but she really meant B. So I'm going to go through the similarities between these two videos, and I'm going to go through the similarities in the body language which was being shown by both Denea Jaxn and Tisha. The first thing I noticed was the way they looked into the camera. Well, they didn't look into the camera. When they were talking to the camera, they would look away. When they were saying something quite specific, when they were saying something quite important, something which really should be rammed home into the people who are watching the video, you would look into the eye of that lens. But neither Tisha or Denea Jaxn managed to do this. Now, this could be for a number of reasons, okay? There could be because neither of them really are the types of people that go on camera very often. You could tell that both of them are quite shy, okay? That's understandable. But when you are talking from the heart, it doesn't matter how shy you are. When you're talking from the heart and you are talking into a phone, that's what we're doing now. It doesn't matter if you have 1 million subscribers, right? You are talking to one plastic apparatus that's sitting right in front of you. So, there is no need to be shy. There is absolutely no need to be shy in that case. Okay, Danae Jackson was alive, fair enough. And she was there with her husband. But in the second video she made for her Instagram, she was there by herself. She seemed to be a lot calmer. She seemed to be a lot more in herself, as if the pressure and the weight had been lifted. I think she was really stressed when she was sitting there with her husband. You could see that there was something going on, definitely. Same thing with Tisha Boo. You could tell when she was looking at the camera, she was saying these important things, she would look down and to the right. She wasn't talking into the camera. This indicates to me that she was either one of two things. Either she was not telling the truth, or she was being told to say certain things. She made two videos. One of the videos cuts out halfway through, and then she makes another video which carries on for the entirety of the 10 minutes or so that she was giving her spiel. Why did the video cut off? I have a feeling that she was being watched. I have the feeling that she was being watched and she was being coached into saying those things, into saying that she has money and that she was going back to America to sort out a few things. She didn't give a specific reason why she went back to the United States of America. We know the reason why. For one, to sort out her tax so she could get this money for her children. Why millionaires would want to do this for, I don't know, but she denied it anyway, of course, because when you say that, okay, then yeah, I went all the way back to the United States of America so I could sort out this stimulus money that we're supposed to get. Ain't no millionaires are going to do that. Absolutely not. And besides, the money would go directly into her account anyway. So she wouldn't say this, but clearly there are reasons why she had to go back that she doesn't want to tell us, which is okay. It's not our business. However, you cannot come on a video and then start saying things which aren't the truth. But I do understand that if she's being forced to say these things, there's only one person that we can blame for this. JT, bigger figure. Another thing that I noticed which was similar between these two women was the way that they spoke. You could tell there was just no conviction in what they were saying. It was almost as if they were reading from a script. It wasn't coming from the heart. And you could see that, to see that both of these women were being coached or being told what to say. You could tell that it wasn't their words. Danae Jackson was in physical proximity with her husband on that live video. You could pick up more things. So you could pick up the way Derek Jackson was holding her hand. It was almost as if he was squeezing her hand, communicating to her while she was talking. So this is something actually Donald Trump does quite often with his wife when he's walking with his wife towards Air Force One when he was president. He would hold her hand. Whenever she said anything, he would squeeze her hand. I've even seen, there's even video of him bending her finger back like this. I don't know if you've seen that video. I'm going to try and find it for you.
Where it might be rigged, and it's also intimidating to those who are where it might be rigged, and it's intimidating.
There are women who are in situations where they have to abide by what their husbands say and do what their husbands tell them to do. Now, Tisha Boo, she was not in that situation. She was by herself, but you could tell that she knew that this video wasn't going to go up on her Instagram or on her YouTube channel. It was going to go up on Trapflix, okay? And so she knew that she was going to get scrutinized by many people, not just by JT, the Bigger Figures family, but by her family too. So she had to come over as convincing as possible. And she did not do a good job of it. Hence the reason why JT, the bigger figure, took those videos down. She messed up on a number of occasions, but that's okay. She's not the type of person who wants to be on camera, but she does it in order to make her husband happy. Another reason is this. Listen, both of these women have families. They are black women who have families, and we know what black women are like. They are selfless. They are the types of women who always put their children first. That's in general. Okay, I'm generalizing. There are some black women who don't, but of course, as a black man who has a black mother, I know that black mothers in general tend to be totally self-sacrificing when it comes to their children, when it comes to their families even. So they will do whatever it takes in order to keep the bonds of their family together. And if that means going on screen and saying the things that they have to say because their husbands tell them to do so, then they will do it. Another thing was the way they were dressed for these videos. Now, make no mistake, both of these women are extremely attractive. So they have no problem getting pretty much any man that they want. But of course, they are in a situation where they are trying to communicate to people. They're trying to convince people that they are pure, that they are honest, that they are innocent, and that their husbands are innocent, and that they can be trusted. I think that's quite compelling evidence to suggest that they were both being conditioned to say the things that they said. I don't believe that either of these men are physically abusive, but mentally abusive? I would say so, definitely. In the United Kingdom, mental abuse and physical abuse are seen on the same level. I don't know if you know this, but there is no difference. So if you have been accused of being mentally abusive to your partner, it's at the same level as physical abuse. They see it in court in the same way. So I think that these women have been abused, at least mentally, by their respective partners. There is a reason why men like JT, Bigger Figure, and also Derek Jackson go for women like these. And it's because they like control. It's easy to control women like these. These are women that can be easily subdued. This is the reasons that Derek Jackson chose this woman. It's because he knew he could have his cake and eat it. He could go out, cheat on women, and even if she found out, she would never leave him, which is a really sad situation for her. Of course, she is now stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you can tell that she doesn't feel bad because she's putting her family first. She wishes it was different, but she's putting her family first. And the number one thing that she needs to focus on now is her family. And she really needs to do that by focusing on herself. The same thing goes with JT Bigger Figure's wife. JT the Bigger Figure's wife has a lot of children, and of course it is not easy to take care of so many children. So Tasha Boo needs to be on her A game at all times. I know how hard it is having a young child around me. It's very difficult. So she has got to be on her A game mentally in order to make sure she pulls through for her children. The reason she is in the United States are for activities which is to help the family financially. She said that it's not for those reasons, but she's lying. Okay, so I'll be honest, I'm just being upfront with that. She's lying. I know she's lying. I have sources, credible sources that is close to the camp that is giving me this information. She did not go back to the United States willy-nilly for no reason. She went back for extremely important reasons, and that is for money. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that JT Bigger Figure's wife and Derek Jackson's wife were both under duress when they made their addresses to the public. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. It'd be really interesting to hear your thoughts on this. That's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I want to give an extra special thank you to my Patreon subscribers, and I will see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.